Hi again, everyone. All right, so I hope you enjoyed Module 1, and I hope you're not behind already. So today what I want to do is just talk to you about Module 2 and what sort of objectives we have, issues you may want to pay attention to. So in this module, we're going to start leaving the SSSM behind as the standard social science model, and instead we're going to begin focusing on evolutionary psychology properly. And you're going to be introduced to this idea of human universals, and pay particular attention to that because a lot of what we do in the field is try to understand why people are the way they are all over the world. So why do we respond cross-culturally the same way to our mate behaving in a way that makes us jealous? Why do we like the same sorts of foods? And specifically, why do we like things that are salty or fatty or sweet? And these human universals, there's many of them, but they're actually really difficult to find because we're kind of soaking in it, right? Like, how do you begin to figure out what these universals might be? It's a little bit trickier than you might first realize. So pay attention to that part. You're also going to hear about how the field began, and it's a relatively new field, so keep that in mind. It really only started in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, so it's still pretty young. You're going to be reading about 5 different criticisms against the field, and later on, we're going to come back to talk about why these are not valid criticisms, at least as far as I'm concerned. So, a couple of housekeeping things real quick. One is to make sure that you are on the discussion board. For this first discussion, all you had to do was to introduce yourself, why you're in the course, what you're hoping to gain from the course, maybe where else you're taking the course from. I know some of you are not in the Halifax area. Some of you are not actually in Canada, probably. And you have to put that discussion up relatively soon. So if you haven't done so, make sure you do so quickly. Do not fall behind in your discussions. There's a limited time to do them, and that's to keep you moving ahead. Also, make sure you've read Chapter 1 and you're moving into Chapter 2, and make sure you've completed all the notes that go with Module 1. So if you've fallen a little bit behind, now is the time to correct that and catch up. And make sure you get on that discussion board. You work out all your technological kinks right now so that the rest of the course is smooth sailing. Okay? If you run into any problems, let me know or let the TA know. And if it's a technical problem, you also have the people at Continuing Education to help you. Okay, take care and see you next module.